You are watching T to the M to the IDD.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? T to the M to the IDD. We are back with another video. This video is all about my ultimate one light traveling setup when I travel abroad, even when I travel in the States. Everybody wants to know, what do I use? So I'm going to break it down to you, and I'm going to let you know why I'm using certain things. So let's jump into it. I hope I don't make this too long of a video, but I want to give you all enough information so that you can take with it, do your research, and see if it will work for you. Okay, so let's start off with the light stand. Okay, now this light stand is unique in the fact that it is not actually a true light stand. Now, if you see on the light stand, it says eMart, and this is a backdrop holder, which comes in the kit from Amazon that comes with the lights, the soft boxes, and everything. So this was originally one of the sides of a backdrop holder, but I made it a light stand because it actually has some threads on the end. So when I actually mount down my bracket for my light, those threads actually go into this actual thread on top of here. So it secures it a little bit better. But also, you know me, T-Med, I take my light stands everywhere. I put it in ocean water, it's going in the sand, it's climbing rocks with me. And so this one right here can take a beating, and I'm not worried about it as far as what happens to it. I can see some sand on it, things like that right now, as far as rusting and things like that. So I know that it's going to get beat up, and that is why I use it. Also, when you open it, it actually has a pretty wide base. So, and especially, I'm a one-man band. So when I'm a one-man band, I can't worry too much about light. So if you see that, it's a pretty decent base for a travel setup. Okay, and this is pretty much what I use every time I travel. And one of the reasons why I use this as well is because finding a good light stand is hard, especially one that packs away easy. So here we actually have my luggage, and so this is luggage that I put underneath the plane. And so if you look, it fits like strategically. I have to do a diagonal or it won't fit, but it fits diagonally, and so I pack it away just like this. So in terms of light stand, this is the eMart actually pack drop stand, but it works perfect for me as a light stand. But I will put some other recommendations in the description for actual light stands, because I know that this might be hard to come by, you know, unless you had that set that I'm talking about, then you probably wouldn't want to just buy that entire set just to get one of these. So I'll put some more options in the description below. Okay, let's go to the actual mounts. Okay, so the mounts, we have two different mounts. We have the mount that comes with the light, and we have the additional mount, which is a S2 bracket. Now, you want to be efficient, you would say, I think you would go with this because it's the easiest thing. Now, speaking of my light selection, it is the Godox AD300 Pro. And I use this light because I can do almost anything with this. And matter of fact, I've had this light for three plus years now, and I haven't had to get a 400, a 600, because even when I'm going against the sun, this still gets the job done. So as far as my light, I'm going AD300 Pro, and it is powerful, small, and it's portable, and I can actually put this right inside of my backpack, which I have right here. So I'll just put this in my backpack because I am one who does not like to put their lights underneath the plane. My lights go with me on the plane, okay? And I have an 8200, which is easy enough to pack away too. But this is the one light setup, right? So what I do with the 8200 is I take the battery out and use it as an extra battery for my 8300. Now, in terms of these brackets, the S2 is my go-to bracket because I am not limited to just on the 8300. What they have is a Godox mount, right? So on the Godox mount, you could put Godox mounted light modifiers, right? But with this S2, as long as it has a bones mount, I can attach any type of bones mount modifier. Not only that, the other thing is once you do put this mount on that comes with this particular 8300, when you put a softbox on the front of it, this actually begins to get weak. So what you'll see is it'll start teetering like this when you put more weight on the front, which will be the softbox. And so eventually your light will start in one position and it'll slowly start to go down. And so you'll have to keep trying to adjust it until eventually it gets worn out. And as soon as you put it in one position, it just sags down. So I know it would be the ultimate setup just to use what comes with it, but I'm going to take this. It's beefier. I know I could trust this. I got the option of more light modifiers, which I love. And also, I could just throw it in under the plane. Okay. So this is going in my checked luggage as well. So this is the actual mount that I am using. Okay. Now we talked about the lights. We're going with the 8300, right? Now the 8300 has a lot of power. Like I said, it could do a lot of things. But with the 8300, when I travel, one of the things that I use a lot is a variable ND filter because I'm often shooting a lot of different times, and what that ND filter does is allows me to keep this light from going into high speed sync, which causes the light to use more power. And so if I want to get the best performance and duration out of this light, I want to use that variable ND so that I can keep it from going into high speed sync. And this light can last longer because when I travel, I typically have 3, maybe 4 shoots lined up in one day. And so that is why I try to be as efficient as I can, but also have this secondary battery as well. So we're going 8300 for the one light setup. Hasn't let me down. Now, one of the most important things, okay? One of the most important things, if you want to be, efficient, if you want to kind of have a compact lighting setup with your one light setup, the last thing you need is your light modifier, right? Now, the light modifier, I tried several different options, okay? I went through several different options, and I kind of stick with a certain one, okay? It may switch between this one and another one, but I am one who likes to get kind of a full body illuminated. And so when you look at like a 25-inch, you can do it. You can illuminate a subject with a 25-inch softbox, but it may require you to take the light back a little bit more further than you would like to. And so I try to stay around the 34 inch, 36 inch range in terms of light modifiers. Okay, so the first one that I actually tried was the umbrella. Okay, and you can see why I would choose this. Look at the form factor. I'm traveling. I'm going to France. I'm going in the States to Houston. But I want something that's going to pack away easy, right? So you can see this is about a 34-inch umbrella right here. And it's a white interior. And this is by Fogatech. So it's going to give you a little more punchy light from the umbrella. But as you can see, it's a small form factor, easy to travel. You don't have any worries about that. With the white interior, you should get some nice lighting from this. And I've actually got some great shots from this light modifier, right? But when I talk about adding accessories to light modifiers, I am one who likes to add accessories, whether it is a diffusion panel or if it is something like a beauty dish, a plate, or one of my favorite accessories is a grid. And so with this, I cannot do that. So between that and me liking diffuse light, this kind of easily went out the window. So the umbrella is not the thing for me. Okay, now the biggest debate was something that was quick and easy that recently came out in the last year or two, which was the Snap. Okay, and I said I like to go with the around the 34, 36 range, somewhere around there, as far as lighting modifiers. And so here we actually have something that is similar to a 36 Snap. This is a COLLAB brand, but the advent of technology or what have you, the thing that was so admirable about this was the fact that it had this speed ring where essentially you had to push here, snap, and then you have your softbox all together. So this is actually a parabolic softbox, 36 inch. So it is completely similar to the Snap. So I'm using it as a comparison. Now, while I love the design, and this is definitely nice for a quick setup and breakdown for on location photographer, somebody who's traveling. In the breakdown, you have 2 tabs, you fold it and you're done. But when you talk about travel, just look at this. This is a 36, okay? So you could just easily see why that was not going to work, okay? And this is a parabolic, but one of the things that hinders it is the design, because it protrudes even more. So like a 25, the 25 inch equivalent barely fits in here, okay? So this is a 36 and you're still having trouble. So I had to rule this out, even though I love this modifier, okay? Now, this is a modifier that I do often use, and this is a 33.4 inch Easy Lock deep parabolic light modifier. And I like this one because you can just snap it right on the front. Now, I think they actually discontinued this, but Godox does have a version of this that you can still get your hands on. And so this is definitely one of my go-to light modifiers. And also you can see I have my grid on there because I love using it. But not only that, you can see how it easily packs away. And this is a 33.4 inch, okay? And just to put a little bit of icing on the cake, this is a 36-inch Westcott beauty dish that I often also travel with. And so this, just to give a comparison to the Parasnap equivalent, that also fits right in my luggage. So I'll have this light modifier, which is one of my go-tos. I'll have this light modifier, or I'll switch this out for the 34-inch Easy Lock Glow, which I often use. And then I'll have my light, which goes into my camera bag, okay? And we have our S2 bracket, okay? And then we have our light stand. So that is the ultimate one light traveling setup that you see me use all the time in my videos. It absolutely does not fail me. One of the other things that I often do is just use this, and this is a reflector that comes with it. So on days where it's harsh light and I want to match the lighting, I can just ultimately shoot with just the bare bulb and get great shots, as I've done in previous videos as well. So that is the setup T-Mid uses for travel. It works, it gets the job done. I haven't had any complaints, and just had to tweak it, you know, to tweak it for my specifications, depending on where I'm going. If I am going to do a lot, that's a one light setup. If I want to bring a lot of things like multiple light stands, multiple light modifiers, like I did when I took a trip to Morocco, what I actually did was get a golf bag where you would put like your golf, like 9-iron, things like that. I got a golf bag and then put my light stands in there, light modifiers, and that worked out great as well. But for my one light setup, you got it here first. T to the M to the IDD. Until the next video, hope this helped. Peace.
What is going on, guys? You just tuned in to T to the M to the IDD. And if you enjoy this content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you really enjoy the content, check out some more of the videos that you see right here. Oh yeah, and hit that like button for me.